A warm welcome to all the viewers and listeners, learners of NIUS. Today, in our programs of business studies, we are going to discuss on the topic insurance services. For this very purpose, we have invited in our studio Shri S.S. Sarawat, who is a retired Deputy Commissioner Personnel from Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, New Delhi. Sir, we welcome you in our studio.
Thank you.
Learners, as you know, as an individual or as a businessman, we always have to face a worry that what is going to happen if some event arises or something going to happen as a we considered as mishappening. For example, there can be a loss related to the fire, there can be a loss because of theft, or so many other kind of problems are going to be faced by us in general. So, today we would like to know what a businessman or an individual can do to reduce his worries up to some extent. What they should do to reduce the risk or to minimize the uncertainties up to some extent.
My dear learners, there is always risk of loss of property or goods or life in business. Take for example, you are transporting some goods through a carrier, maybe a truck or through other means of transport, and the goods are lost in transit. Truck by which the goods are being transported may meet an accident. It will result into a loss to the businessman. Even when the goods are stored in your godown or even on your shelves, the goods may be damaged, resulting into loss. Sometimes if you are dealing in fashionable items where tastes and preferences of the customers or the fashions play a very important role, because of change in fashions or because of tastes and preferences of the customers, the demand of your goods may come down. You may have to suffer the loss, or there is a technological upgradation, and because of technological upgradation you are using some machines in your business for manufacturing goods. Those machines may become outdated, and the cost of production with the help of those machines is higher as compared to the cost of production with the machines using the new technology. There is always risk in doing business. Insurance is a way by which the risk can be shifted either partially or wholly to somebody else. Maybe an individual, maybe an organization. These days it is an organization which is termed as an insurance company. The insurance company provides insurance to the people who desire it for the payment of some amount of money, which is termed as premium. And the person who takes the insurance, maybe he takes insurance on his life or on the lives of his employees, is termed as the insured, and the organization which provides the insurance is termed as the insurer. So, in a contract of insurance, basically there are two parties. One is called the insurer, who extends the facilities of insurance, and the second one is the insured, who takes the insurance cover either on the life or on property, so that if there is any damage, there is any loss due to damage of the goods, or there is any loss to the life, insured may be compensated by the insurer, that is the insurance company. So, this is what how the risk is shifted from the person, that is the owner of the property or the life, to somebody else on payment of some amount of money.
So, we can say for safety and security or to minimize the risk up to some extent, there is a insurance. Sir, how we are going to define the term insurance?
Yes, you know, insurance, as I said, that two parties are involved in insurance. The first party is termed as insurer, and the second party who takes the insurance is called the insured. So, it is a contract between these two parties, that is the insurer and the insured, by which the insurer agrees to compensate the insured for the loss suffered by him on life or on property because of the happening of the events which are mentioned in the insurance contract on the payment of an amount of money by the insured called premium on a regular basis, or it may be a one time payment of premium also. So, 4 things are there: insurer, that is who provides the insurance services, insured who takes the insurance policy, the subject matter of insurance, and the premium. These are the 4 aspects which have to be taken into consideration while understanding the whole concept of insurance services.
Sir, our learners would like to know what are the importances of insurances.
You know, the first importance of insurance is that it creates a confidence in the insured that if there will be any loss due to the happening of certain events which are mentioned in the insurance policy, he is comfortable, he will be compensated by the insurance. The second is it reduces the worry of the insured, and he can do his services, he can do his business free of these worries, and then it helps the insurer in making the savings also, because these days the premium which is paid by the insured, that premium is utilized by the insurance companies in shares and securities of other companies by which they make profit, and they part of that profit is shared by the insured also as in the form of bonus on the insurance policies which they take.
What else can be there in form of the as number of persons are going to be employed? I think it provides the employment opportunities also.
It provides lot of employment. See, in the case of insurance, what happens is that the insurance company has to employ agents. These agents are people who contact the persons who are in need of insurance policies or insurance cover, and maybe they may be life insurance agents, or they may be insurance agents for property, and these people they earn their livelihood because of this service. Besides this, the insurance company has to maintain a very big establishment wherein employees work in the insurance company, and this way they provide direct as well as indirect employment to the people, and it works as a very good source of employment, direct as well as indirect source of employment.
Sir, after knowing the importance of insurance, what are the different type of policies that they can take from the insurance companies?
I said in the beginning that there is always risk of loss of life or loss of property in the case of insurance. So, basically we divide the insurance into 2 categories: life insurance and insurance for property. Now, life insurance is a insurance wherein the life of the insured, the person on whose life the insurance policy is obtained, is covered, and here the insurance company agrees to compensate to, or we can say to pay some amount of money to the insured, either on the happening of an event or at the expiry of the time for which the policy has been taken. Take for example, somebody took an insurance policy for a period of 10 years and the insurance policy covers accident risk, and the policy is for a period of for an amount of 5 lakh rupees. Now, if the person during this period of 10 years, if the insured meets some accident, then that cover is available to him, and the insurance company will pay all the expenses which will be incurred by that person on his hospitalization or otherwise also. That compensation will be made by the insurance company. Or life insurance policies, as I was saying, can be of 2 types. One is whole life policy, the second is endowment policy. In the case of whole life policy, what happens is that the policy matures only on the death of the insured, meaning thereby that no amount is payable to the insured or to the legal heirs of the insured during the lifetime of the policy holder, that is the insured. This policy matures only on the death of the insured. But what happens is that the premium paid on such policies is, the amount of premium is very less as compared to other types of life insurance policies. In the case of endowment policy, the endowment policies are for a specific period of time. You may take an insurance policy for a period of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, and the policy will mature after the expiry, on the expiry of that period of time, or on the happening of that event for which the risk is covered. Unfortunately, the person on whose life the endowment insurance life assurance policy has been obtained, if he expires, then the policy matures, that is, the whole amount of the policy along with bonus becomes payable to the legal heirs of the insured at the time of his death. Otherwise, the amount will be payable to him on the maturity of the policy. If the policy says of 5 years, the amount will be payable on the expiry of 5 years, and so on. So, but in the case of endowment policies, the amount of premium is higher as compared to the case of full life policies. In case of full life policy, the amount of premium is less. So, this is your life assurance policy. Mind it, we normally do not call it as life insurance, it is life assurance. The reason being that the loss of a life cannot be fully compensated. What we can do is that we can assure the policy holder that on the happening of the particular event, maybe the accident or the death of the insured, he or his family will get a fixed amount of money, a certain amount of money. So, we assure them, it is not fully insured, life cannot be fully insured. We assure the insured that a particular amount of money, a certain sum of money will become payable or will be paid to him or to his legal heirs on the happening of a certain event, that is the event which is mentioned in the insurance policy.
Sir, as we have mentioned regarding the life insurance, there may be some other types of policies also which businessmen can take. Life policy is common for an individual also, for a service class person, for a business class person, but business used to suffer lot of other problems also. They always have the fear of fire. In case of transportation of goods through the ships, they faces the problems related to the sea, and there may be the problems related to the theft. Are there some policies related to those things also?
You know, there are different types, besides life insurance policies, there are different other types of policies. One of the most important policies is the fire insurance policies. Now, in the fire insurance policy, if the damage to goods or property is because of the happening which is fire, if loss is due to fire, then the insurance company compensates the insured for the loss suffered by the insured. And the only thing is that we must be very careful that the occurrence of fire must be a natural occurrence which is not in the control of the insured. The insured should not be in a position to avoid it, or deliberately he should not involve himself in putting the things on fire so that he is compensated. So, fire insurance policies are available wherein you can get a fire insurance policy on your goods, you can get fire insurance policy on your buildings, you can get fire insurance policies on the machines, you can get fire insurance policy on your trucks and so on. And it is a very important means by which the risk of loss of the property is shifted from to some extent or to a great extent from the owner of the property to the insurance company.
Now, as related to the fire, if the goods are going to be transported, like most of the businesses have to depend upon the import and export businesses.
Right.
And during the transportation, they used to face a lot of problems related to the ships. Sometimes they may be the sea perils, sometimes the goods are going to be damaged during the transit. For that, is there some other kind of policy?
When the goods are transported through sea routes, there is always risk because of sea adventures. and we can take a policy on either on the ship or on the goods which are being transported or on the freight, and that policy is termed as marine insurance policy. In the case of marine insurance policy, if the goods are damaged or there is a damage to the ship, or if the goods do not reach the port of destination, and there is a problem in recovering the freight, then such types of policy are there.
We can say that there are three different types of policies in general, as we have mentioned over here. One is a life insurance policy, which is common for all. Second is a fire insurance policy, and third is a marine insurance policy.
Right.
But other than these, there are going to be number of risks which are going to be faced by the ordinary individual in his day-to-day life. Do we have the policy other than these three policies also?
Yes, we have different types of policies. Take for example, we have vehicle policies, vehicle insurance. You have a car, you have a truck, you have a scooter, insurance is available for these. Reason being that your vehicle may be damaged because of some accident, even there may be a death of third party, or the third party may meet an accident, and then also you may have to pay compensation to the third party. For that also the vehicle policy is available, vehicle insurance is available, and vehicle insurance can be full insurance, that is the first party insurance wherein all types of risks are covered, and only a third party insurance. Third party insurance for every type of vehicle is compulsory as per law. You may not take the insurance for the all types of risk. You have certainly to, if you own a vehicle, then third party insurance has to be taken. It is required as per the Insurance Act or the Vehicle Act, Motor Vehicle Act of India. Similarly, for other types of risks, policies are there. Take for example, there is risk of loss of cash or loss of goods because of theft or because of certain unlawful activities of your own employees. Then in that case also policies are available. These are termed as fidelity bonds. In the case of fidelity bonds, the insurance company agrees to compensate the insured for the loss which the insured may suffer because of theft or because of misappropriation of funds by the employees of the insured. So different types of policies are available.
Sir, as you have mentioned that there are so many types of policies are going to be there with a person. Now our learners would like to know what are the common principles they are supposed to keep in mind while taking a insurance policy.
Large number of principles have to be kept in mind while taking the insurance policy. Some of the principles are very important. Take for example, you cannot take an insurance policy on a life or on property where you do not have any pecuniary interest, meaning thereby that if the life is lost or there is accident and because of that there is loss, if the property is lost or the goods are lost, it should be your personal loss, and such principle is termed as principle of insurable interest, meaning thereby that an individual or the person who takes insurance on a life or property must have insurable interest in that life or the property. An individual has insurable interest in his own life. A partnership firm has insurable interest in the lives of its members. A company has insurable interest in the life of its employees and top executives. A husband has insurable interest in the life of his wife. Parents have insurable interest in the lives of the children. Children have insurable interest in the lives of the parents. Reason being that if a loss occurs, a happening of any event which is given in the insurance policy, then it will be the personal loss to the person who has obtained the insurance policy. So, one must have insurable interest in that property or life. This is what the principle of insurable interest is called.
So, we can say that existence of a thing up to some extent if provides a profit to a person, then or a destruction of a thing may provide a loss, then only the insurable interest may exist.
Right.
So, what are the other principles, sir?
The other principles are, one of the important principles is principle of causa proxima. The principle of causa proxima says that the loss may be due to that cause, or the approximate cause of loss should be that happening of that event which is mentioned in the insurance policy. If the loss occurs because of certain other causes, then the insurance company is not liable to pay the insurance claim. Similarly, there is another principle called principle of good faith. The principle of good faith states that the insured must inform the insurer all factual information, all facts which will help him in deciding whether to extend the insurance cover to the insured or not, because unless until he informs the insured about those facts, sometimes the insurance company may have to suffer lot of losses. Take for example, a person is suffering from a disease which is a terminal disease, and he takes insurance for that disease without informing the insurance company that he is suffering from that disease. Afterwards, if it is discovered that the death was caused because of that disease which the insurer was having at the time of obtaining insurance, he will not be compensated.
So, in case if the person is going to hide anything at the time of taking a policy from the insurance company, he may faces a problem at the time of making the claims, or his legal heirs may face a problem at the time when they are going to file a claim to the insurance company.
Right.
So, each and everything should be disclosed, and this is not only on the part of the person who has taken the insurance policy, it should also be there on the part of the insurance company, that they should disclose each and every important fact to the policy holder.
Yes.
These are the things which are mentioned in the policy, so that nothing could be taken as under the cover.
Correct.
Each and every factor should be disclosed.
Correct. So, insurance, because it is a contract of good faith, that is both the insurer and the insurance should have faith in each other, that is they should disclose all relevant facts.
Is there any other principle other than these three, sir?
Right. There is another principle called principle of contribution. In the case of principle of contribution, you know what happens is that there is no ban on a person who owns property to obtain insurance covers from different companies. For the same property, I have a building, I can take fire insurance from X company, I can take fire insurance from Y company, and then suppose because of that event, because of fire, the building is damaged, then the compensation will be shared in the ratio of the claim by the insurance companies. So, that is the contribution will be made not by only one insurance company, the contribution to the insured will be made by all the insurance companies. So, this is your principle of contribution. There is another principle, the principle is principle of mitigation. The principle of mitigation says that after obtaining the insurance policy, the insurer must not think that since he has obtained insurance policy, he should become careless. He should protect the property, he should take every care of the property or the life on which insurance has been obtained, as a normal owner of that property or that life will take. So, he should not become.
We can say ki best possible care of the policy, matlab some things should be taken as if the goods was not insured, keeping in view in our mind. We should not have a kind of feeling ki now we have taken an insurance policy, so we should not worried about it, and we can leave the things as it is, and we are going to get the claim from the insurance company.
Correct. So, now, there are two more principles. One is principle of indemnity and the other is principle of subrogation. In the case of principle of indemnity, that principle says that you will be compensated only for the actual loss suffered by you. Take for example, the property, you have taken a insurance claim or insurance policy of 1 lakh rupees on a property, and the loss because of the happening of the event for which the insurance has been taken is of 40,000 rupees. Now the compensation will be made only for 40,000 rupees. You cannot make a gain out of insurance. You cannot claim more amount of money as insurance claim than the actual loss suffered. Similarly, there is the principle of subrogation. So, principle of subrogation says that after compensating the insured for the loss incurred, the insurer becomes the owner of that property. He steps into the shoes of the insured. He becomes the owner of the property for which compensation has been made.
So, learners, today you have came to know a lot related to the insurance services, as what do we actually mean by the term insurance, what are the different type of policies which as an individual can take from the insurance company, what are the importances of insurances, and what are the principles that one should take or keep in view at the time of taking the policy. Sir, right. I thank you on behalf of NIUS to be here with us and providing such a useful information to our learners. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, संसाधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।